Why, hello there, everyone. I have to say, sorry for the long wait. I decided that old games video, it will get to you when it gets to you. Mostly because I have no desire to be making, well, that one video. So just know it's in production. I said it's what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Open tile. Okay, where's the clip at? Can remove and okay. Yeah, so anyways, here's the video. You can see well into production. I'm already at the worst one. But anyways, this is not just going to be a behind the scenes video. Don't. I might as well show you a little bit of the project I've been working on. A lot more frequently than the video. Oh, hold on. See? A fully functional... At this point, it should probably just be called a pre-alpha. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth did you decide to do it like that? Just know this. I got it working without a game engine. The Y sorting and the collision. Just so you know, the Y sorting was a little bit more difficult to make than you'd probably think. It's right about... Hold on. Oh, here it is. Right here. This is where the Y sorting is. And where I am going to explain to you how it works. Because I put in the work, so I deserve to go on to a monologue about this. That's how I view it, at least. First, I make a variable called objects and just cram object list into there. Then I make a variable objects ordered, and I just turn it into a list. Then from objects, I place in every singular obj that I produce. I just thought of a good update where instead of updating, like going through these one at a time, I have an idea. Why don't I go through them at the exact same time? And then with objects sorted, I just sort by a key that I call X, where I just use X.Y. If you're confused on that so far, don't worry. You'll be even more confused later, most likely. And then in objects ordered, I call the draw function. That is precisely how it works. And you see, the monologue didn't even take that long. It barely even deserves a monologue status. If you're wondering why I'm looking to your left but my right, just know that ultimately I'm needing to make sure that things still work. Because there was a glitch before on a Linux distribution where the game, or not the game, but OBS just sort of stopped working with the camera. I don't know why. But that camera was bad quality. Unlike this one, which oddly enough is excellent quality. But that is also something at least. Oh, and also, I decided to put in the draw text function here. And also I made a function that just deletes the cache. You know, just control delete it. And I made something for RAM usage, which you saw in action. I just simply tell the game, look at how much RAM this is using, and then just whatever. Ultimately, the game doesn't even use up 1 gigabyte of RAM. But with how demanding the operating system alone is, you're going to need a lot more RAM. Now, when it comes down to closed messages, they just won't open. I'm planning on using those for goofy little things. This is the only class in this script that I named Robert Engine. Also, don't judge me. Now, when it comes down to the order that I put these things in, you can tell a lot by what I placed in there. It is where, for the world, I gave it its own little file because it got way too big for Visual Studio Code, which I have to use because it's really the best IDE that I can use. And also, when it comes down to the Y sorting, as you can see, I only put in the object list and surface. And also with the world thing, I can show you some of that code. Of course, it is wildly inefficient in a lot of ways. But I also liked to have made sure of some stuff. And then there's this code, which honestly isn't a whole lot. And I somehow made my level editor far worse in terms of optimization. So, yeah, that's certainly something bad. But also, my level editor here, I did show it to, let me think, VG Wizard. And if you don't know who they are, You might find them in the comments section. All probably 3 of you. I honestly don't know how many people this video will summon. But also, I know that this ain't the worst. And also, because of my superior camera, I won't have to do this. The unmatched might of the sun! But anyways. If you're wondering if I really had to do that, technically no. But I also wanted to. And also, I don't think I'll be editing this because I refuse to edit any bit of this video. It's meant to be a quick one. You know, I'm going to predict what I'm going to call this video now. Lazy talk plus behind scenes plus game development. If I got it wrong, roast me in the comments. And don't hold back, I can take it. But anyways, this is the camera control thing, which is really only meant for top and bottom of the camera stuff. Mostly because, yeah, top and bottom, very different, but left and right aren't. And I just realized that I am still very much flipped to your perspective. Unless I turned my back to y'all, then I could say left and right while looking correct about it when I add in the gestures. And also, for those of you who have stayed, here's a little bit of music that is right over here. That was loud. You know what? I'm just gonna end the video here. Sorry for your ears. And a good night.